All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today we're going to talk about 20 different ways that alcohol affects your immune system. But first, if you care about your own sobriety journey as much as we do, we have hundreds of videos on the topics of sobriety and self-improvement. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. All right, let's get started. Now, how many of us remember a heavy night of drinking in our 20s and then rebounding the next day and still managing to work a full 8 or 10-hour shift? Maybe just a little tired and a little fatigued and feeling like an extra cup of coffee or some aspirin would get us feeling better by lunchtime. But those hangovers start hitting different in our 30s, our 40s, and our 50s, don't they? Sometimes laying us out for an entire day or even worse, for up to 2 whole days. And in our last video, we talked about the fact that in the United States last year, over 43,000 people died from alcohol-related liver disease. And if your liver is constantly working overtime to filter out toxins like alcohol, what do you think it's doing to our immune system? So let's talk about what alcohol is doing to our immune system in both the short term and in the long term. We're gonna go over about 10 examples for each the short term and the long term, and I'll do my best to squeeze in some bonus information in there too, just as always. All right, first up, the immediate effects of alcohol on our immune system. First up is alcohol reduces white blood cell count. That's because alcohol suppresses the production of white blood cells, lowering immunity. Alcohol also weakens natural killer cells, which are the cells that attack infected or cancerous cells, which, by the way, as of January 2025, the Surgeon General of the United States is calling for cancer warnings on alcoholic beverages, stating that alcohol is a leading preventable cause of cancer and alcoholic beverages should carry a warning label just as packs of cigarettes do. Did you know that 1 in every 6 breast cancer cases is attributable to alcohol consumption? Let that sink in for a moment. 1 of every 6 breast cancer cases is attributable to alcohol consumption. And breast cancer is just 1 of 7 cancers that are linked to alcohol use. That list also includes mouth cancer, throat cancer, voice box cancer, esophageal cancer, colorectal cancer, and liver cancer, which, by the way, we put out a very detailed video last week on how to detox the liver. So stick around to the end of the video and I'll give you the link to watch that video next. But for now, let's get back to the list of how alcohol immediately affects your immune system. All right, next up is alcohol suppresses T cell activation. Alcohol also decreases antibody production to fight infections. Alcohol promotes dehydration, which reduces the effectiveness of immune cells. Alcohol slows immune response to pathogens. Alcohol delays wound healing. Alcohol damages mucosal linings, which are found all over your body, including in your nasal and respiratory system, your mouth, your throat, your stomach, your intestines, reproductive system, your urinary tract, your eyes, your ears, and in your heart. What happens is alcohol erodes those protective barriers, increasing your risk of infection. All right, moving on, alcohol also disrupts gut immunity. Alcohol increases vulnerability to pneumonia. Now, how many of you out there keep getting sick every year and just think it's because of the weather? And then what happens? You go to your doctor, who then puts you on antibiotics, again. Well, here's some facts about antibiotics. Many antibiotics, especially broad spectrum types like amoxicillin, target a wide range of bacteria, both good and bad. Now, antibiotics can't distinguish between harmful pathogens and beneficial microbes. Beneficial bacteria in the gut are crucial for digestion, immune function, and synthesizing vitamins. Antibiotics can reduce the beneficial gut bacteria population, leading to an imbalance known as dysbiosis. And it can take 1 to 6 months for the good microbiome to repopulate back to the pre-antibiotic levels. In some cases, especially with repeated antibiotic use, certain beneficial bacteria strains may not fully recover. So do yourself a favor, especially if you recently had to take antibiotics. Look up different foods and supplements that provide both prebiotics and probiotics. Write it down. Prebiotics and probiotics. They're 2 separate things. Now, the best and easiest way that you can naturally consume probiotics is by consuming fermented foods like sauerkraut, pickles, kimchi, and yogurt. Those foods contain probiotics. Now, prebiotic foods include garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, whole grains, apples, flax seeds, seaweed, cacao, and soybeans. Now, if you're looking for a good probiotic supplement, I'll put a link to the one that I take in the top corner of the screen. I think it's like less than $20 as of the posting of this video. But for now, let's get back to the list of how alcohol immediately affects your immune system. All right, alcohol raises the risk of bacterial infections like strep throat and staph infection. And the last example that we're going to talk about for today on the short-term alcohol effects on your immune system is alcohol compromises vaccine effectiveness. Now let's move over to the long-term effects of alcohol use on your immune system. First up is alcohol depletes key immune nutrients such as zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin E, which are critical for immunity. So if nothing else, make sure you're stocking up on all those vitamins we just mentioned. All right, next up is alcohol disrupts gut microbiota. That's because alcohol promotes the growth of harmful bacteria, weakening the immune system. Alcohol causes leaky gut syndrome. How many of you out there have left comments talking about how alcohol ruins your gut health? I know, me too. All right, next on the list of the long-term effects of alcohol on our immune system is alcohol induces chronic inflammation. How many of you knew that? Alcohol also increases autoimmune risk. Alcohol weakens liver detox function. And don't forget, at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the link to how to detox the liver. Alcohol alters bone marrow function. Alcohol impairs immune memory, which means that alcohol weakens the immune system's ability to remember and then also to fight off previously encountered pathogens. Alcohol also reduces resistance to viruses like the flu, the cold, and hepatitis. Alcohol increases risk of sepsis. Alcohol weakens respiratory defenses, which, by the way, if you remember from that liver detox video, those of you who haven't watched it yet, I mentioned a great supplement called NAC. NAC reduces oxidative stress and is a precursor to glutathione. We also talked about glutathione in the liver detox video, which protects lung tissues from damage caused by free radicals, pollution, and toxins. So for those of you out there with asthma or COPD and pulmonary fibrosis, NAC enhances immune function, helping to break up mucus and supports liver and kidney detoxification. And I'll put a link to the highest rated and the least expensive NAC supplement in the top corner of the screen. If I remember correctly, the people who make that particular supplement, they also support 12 different United States Olympic teams. So you know it's top quality. All right, back to the list. We only have a few more. The next one is alcohol aggravates skin infection. Alcohol shortens lifespan of immune cells. And lastly, alcohol promotes sleep disturbances, which I'm sure that all of you already know by this point. But what you probably didn't know is that poor sleep from alcohol use weakens immune recovery and response. While you sleep, the body focuses on repairing tissues, reducing inflammation and healing, allowing the immune system to function optimally. Now, we talked about the importance of sleep in our previous video about how to detox the liver. Sleep is also crucial for liver regeneration because the liver focuses on detox and regeneration while you sleep. And if you want to watch that video next, as promised, I'll put a link in the top corner of the screen. And speaking of links, some of you might be wondering, now that you're newly sober, maybe you got a long streak of sobriety going, what's the timeline of health benefits after getting sober? So I'll put a link to that very popular video also in the top corner of the screen. So what'd you think of today's video? Tell us what you think by leaving a comment in the comment section down below, especially those of you who are already sober and have started to see some of the health benefits after quitting alcohol. How many of you out there have been able to repair your gut health, for example? How many of you are sleeping better? How many of you are feeling better, having more energy? And also too, how many of you took the initiative of going to your doctor and getting your blood lab results after quitting alcohol? I'm sure that we'd all love to hear what your doctors had to say. Now, if you read the comments like I do, I'm sure that you've heard all kinds of amazing stories so far. People talking about lowering their blood pressure. People talk about their eyesight improving, tinnitus going away in their ears, being able to come off of some or all of their medications, people losing weight, having their skin clear up, having those pesky dark circles under their eyes completely disappear. And thousands of people just like you reporting their anxiety and daily depression disappearing almost completely, and in most cases being totally gone. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to show your support for everybody here in this sobriety community by giving this video a thumbs up. And don't forget, you can help to support this channel for as little as the price of a cup of coffee per month by clicking the join button right underneath this video. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your self-improvement journey, and I will see you in the next video.
If you want to see another one of our videos, click here.